What's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul. I got another phenomenal mail call to share with you today, and I'm super excited about this one. If you're new to the channel, we run a giveaway every month. Please check that out. Go to the bottom of the description. There's a link there. And enter to win some exciting prizes. This eBay seller packed this CGC slab with an abundance of caution, which I very much appreciate. Giving them some great feedback. In fact, I think this is an outfit I've purchased from before. They always do a phenomenal job. Check that out. What is it and why do we care? Well, it's Fightin Five, number 40. It's a Charlton book from November of 1966. And why we care? Because it is the first appearance of the Peacemaker, Christopher Smith. Now, I have a raw copy of this book. I know it's an embarrassment of riches. This is approximately a raw 6.0. And let's have a look at it before we look at this slab. So this is a otherwise fairly unremarkable story. I lucked out on this one. I found it in a back issue bin for $3.99. And as a raw approximate 6.0 or thereabouts, you know, maybe a little bit higher. I was thrilled with that price, obviously. I think I've seen raws go for about $1,800 in this condition. So the first part of the book is a rather unremarkable Fightin Five story by Joe Gill with art by Montez. What we're interested in is this backup story. The second story of the book is an 8-page story introducing the Peacemaker. And it's got all the elements that we love about the Peacemaker. So Christopher Smith is introduced as an envoy to the Geneva Arms Conference, a man dedicated to peace. He's obviously wealthy, he's educated, and he's dedicated to peace. We see that he has a driver. This is his, what looks like probably a Lincoln Continental. You know, because he's dedicated to peace, he's always under attack from people that are dedicated to evil, right? We see how wealthy he is. This is actually his mansion, his private retreat high in the Swiss Alps. He's chilling in clothing that you would expect James Bond or Bruce Wayne to be in. But what we learn about him is that he's actually a brilliant inventor. And although he's dedicated to peace, he has a secret room in his mansion high in the Swiss Alps in which he has invented all manner of arms and armament to use as a last resort when all diplomatic attempts have failed and peace cannot be attained through peaceful ways. He's willing to get violent. So here we see him suit up for the first time as Peacemaker. We see his jetpack. We see that he's bulletproof, and you know, we have a battle with the bad guys. So it's a great introduction. All the elements are there. The art by Boyette is actually pretty good, especially for the era. In his introduction, we get a nice little origin story as well. So that's what the story is about. That's what you get with this book. And that's why it's a key. Being a Charlton book from 1966, this comic had a much lower distribution than typical Silver Age Marvel or DC superhero comics. There are only 142 universal copies in the CGC Census. DC purchased the rights to the Charlton catalog of characters in 1983, and then they introduced them into DC continuity in Crisis on Infinite Earths number 6 in 1985. So Peacemaker's been part of DC Comics since 1985 in terms of continuity, such as it is for DC, frankly. Peacemaker's never been more popular than he is right now, though, with his own solo series and both in comics and on HBO, co-starring in Suicide Squad, comics and movies. He's a franchise in and of itself, and John Cena has been phenomenal in the role. He's hilarious. He has the physicality to be a convincing action star, and I think he brings a humility and vulnerability and those clay feet to the character just really make the portrayal and the character come alive, which I think is why he's been so popular. So I think this character has an even brighter future. He's a great anti-hero, and any news that hits will make this key investment book an even better long-term play. So for me, this is a blue chip, Silver Age first appearance. I don't love that he's not on the cover. As fans of the channel know, I prefer my first appearances to have the character on the cover, especially when they're slabbed like this. But what it doesn't have going for it with respect to the cover, it more than makes up for in scarcity. So with only 142 universal copies in the CGC Census, this is literally the rarest of all the mainstream comic book Silver Age first appearances. And it's especially rare in high grade. So this 8.0 puts it in the top 20th percentile for graded books. There are only 14 copies in the CGC Census graded higher than this one, including a single 9.6 and no 9.8s. A CGC 7.5 sold in May of this year, 2022, for $2,500. I just paid $1,040 for this all in. I won an auction at $960, and after taxes and shipping, it came to just over $1,000. And this is exactly why you need to sell a few comics when we have those great bull markets in comic books, because you need some powder dry. When these bear markets happen, you want to be able to buy a book like this that has a fair market value of approximately $2,800 today, and you can find it out there in the marketplace for just over $1,000. You're saving more than 50%. You're getting a blue chip, long-term investment book. This is how you play the game, folks. I couldn't be more excited to have this in my PC right now. I couldn't be more excited to have this as a long-term investment book. We're going to see a lot more of John Cena. We're going to see a lot more of the Peacemaker. And this is a book that is just tough to find in high grade. And to be able to find it at a deep discount is incredible. This is an incredible time. This bear market is a huge buying opportunity. So don't miss these buying opportunities. You should have been selling some books in the best selling opportunity we've seen in a decade in the bull market that just ended. So that's how you do it. This is the sort of stuff I'm trying to purchase with my own capital right now. I'm trying to show you guys and gals, this is how we do it. I hope you enjoy these videos. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see a lot more content just like this. And until next time, enjoy the hunt.